Hi everybody, this is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art. Today I'm going to be doing a flip through of the Beatles coloring book. I have two more coloring books that came in this same sort of series, but I'm going to do each one separate. So if you would be interested in a book similar to this, along these lines, then please go check my page and you will find those reviews there. Or if they're not there yet, it's because I've uploaded this one first. I have no idea how this is going to work out. Anyway, this is the Beatles coloring book. I am a huge Beatles fan. I walk around in a jacket that says Sgt. Pepper's on the back because I love that movie, but I love the Beatles. So this is by Igloo Books, designed by Jess Brown, edited by Natalie Graham. One thing I wanted to say is that these books have Dollar Tree's manufacturing place, Greenbrier International, on the back. So I do not know if they were made for the Dollar Tree, but I just want to let you know that they are actual adult coloring books. They do not have the children's paper in them. You know, the paper that feels like a child's coloring book. It has actual regular paper. The paper is not super thick, but it's definitely not the worst that I've seen. It's probably along the lines of, I would say, you know, maybe copier paper. Let me see. Does this one say how many pages? This one doesn't. The other ones did. But here's what this one said. This one says, I'm having trouble talking today. I'm getting tired. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. So here you go. The Beatles coloring book. You could color that page if you like. It's got a lot of open space. Okay, so this is 2020. One of the other ones that I have reviewed in this series is 2022. And then I think the other one was 2020. So, all right, here we have the Beatles crossing Abbey Road. A lot going on there. So, you know, they're bringing in all the whole, like, psychedelics and stuff on the street for you to color. But I think in this book they do a pretty good job on the facial features. Sometimes they're a little underwhelming, but for the most part, I think they did pretty well. Let's just put it this way, better than I could do, so, you know. Here we have the very young Beatles, I would imagine. So, let's see. That's Ringo, because you can tell by the nose. That's Paul. That's John, and that's George. When they get a little bit older, the features are a little bit more distinct, but there's that one. And then we have them here, and you can really tell who's who here. If you don't know, that's John, that's Ringo, that's Paul, and sorry, that's John, that's Paul, that's Ringo, and that's George. But you got the psychedelic flowers, and you have them all in their little suits and stuff like that. So super cute. I think I want to say this was an album cover, but I don't remember because my dad has all the Beatles records at his house right now in Maryland. So I'm not sure, but I kind of think it was. But you can see each, you know, different face in the little strips there, or squares. And here we have them playing. It seems like this would be the Ed Sullivan Show, and I do believe they sang I Want to Hold Your Hand. And my stepdad is so cute, and he tells me this story about how when everybody first heard that, they had never heard anything like it ever before, and you know, that's why you see all the girls crying in the aisles and stuff like that. I think in today's world it'd be a little different, but you know, it was a more innocent time, I guess. But yep, there they are. And then here they are with they used to call them the mop tops because they thought that their hair was like kind of a little bit long and fringy and messy, which seems tame now. And so now we have them moving into the Help era here. I believe I know Help was an album, a song, and was it a movie? I think it was. The only Beatles movie I have ever seen is Yellow Submarine and Sgt. Pepper's. So if I get any of these wrong, just let me know. So here we have the Fab Four here in somewhere cold. We'll go with England, but I mean, it could be anywhere. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I had to yawn again. So, interesting fun fact. I was just at the Daytona Beach Hard Rock Hotel, and this photograph is in there. I'm not saying that this isn't from somewhere else, but at some point in time, the Beatles came to Daytona Beach, and they came into the water, and so there is a photograph of them, you know, there for our quote-unquote rock museum, because that's, you know, it's pretty small, and it's nothing like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I've been to in Cleveland, and it's fabulous if you should ever get the chance to go. But I just remember thinking that they seemed to, I mean, I don't know, they just seemed out of place in the heat and the sunshine and maybe they felt like the climate was a little too hot. I don't know. And here they are playing somewhere. It looks like a big stadium, so I'm not sure which one. And that's John, and you can tell because his nose is typically longer than everyone else. And you can always tell George because George I have the same type of hollowed out cheekbones, so, and then Paul always has very rounded eyebrows, and Ringo has that kind of a different nose. Here they are playing somewhere else. So, I mean, if you like the Beatles and you like these kind of, you know, crowd shots and shots of them playing their instruments, or if you have a Beatles lover in your life, this would be a great gift for them because, you know, I don't know how long they'll be out, but here's Paul again. There's George. And if you've never looked up Danny, which is Dhani, Harrison, George's son, he is like a clone of him. They are so identical looking. It's like genetics is wild. Okay, and so here we have, I don't know what this is from, but probably another photo shoot for an album cover, I'm going to assume. Here we have them running, and we have all of these cool looking clouds up there to color. And so here's Ringo. And this looks familiar, and I can't remember what it's from. So if you remember why they're dressed like this, a chicken, a bunny, a walrus, maybe, and I don't know what that is, but and then this is when they got with like the Maharishi, or, you know, some kind of a yogi teacher, like a guru guy, when they started doing a different type of their music. And that would be right before they broke up, because I think they don't want to be the cute little Fab Four mop tops anymore. They wanted a different kind of vibe or whatever to their music, and I don't know if it didn't go over well with the record company or if it didn't go over well with people in general, but, you know, I think that people love the Beatles so much that they would have listened to them until, you know, the very last thing they ever played. But, you know, this is towards the end because the hair's starting to grow out now. We're wearing the love beads and more of the, you know, like the 70s stuff. 60s, 70s, whatever. Somewhere in there. This is the cover of Rubber Soul, I believe, with them looking down. I think I have that one. And here they are in their little, like, jackets and long pants. Ringo's really starting to take shape as Ringo now. He must be easier to draw as he ages or something. And then really recognizable, all of them here. I think they did a great job on this photo. Picture. And then we have here My Jam. I love the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album, which I still have, saved from childhood. But I wish I could get a hold of the movie, and you cannot find it anywhere. You cannot find that movie. So, oh my God, I would love to see it again. I just don't know how to ever view that. If you're one of those techie people that knows stuff about stuff like that, excuse me, let me know how to get my hands on my brother and I's, one of our favorite movies, like, that we would watch over and over again. We knew all the parts and everything. Yeah, just, we sang them all. And there they are, you know, John's hair is fully grown out now. I gotta pause to cough, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's either yawning or coughing. But, yeah, we really see them, you know, kind of to the end of the road here. No pun intended. I always liked how George wore a big fluffy coat. It really suited him. And then I'm sure y'all know the story, right? Beatles broke up, and John and Yoko made music together, and Paul McCartney formed Wings, and he was married to one of the ladies in there. And George Harrison went on to be a successful musician too. And Ringo Starr was in the Traveling Wilburys, I believe, which was a band with Tom Petty, if I remember correctly. And that's it, you guys. So yeah, that has been the Beatles Coloring Book. I don't know if I mentioned this in this video. I've done 3 of these, but I don't know how these Crayola Super Tips will work in here. I don't know if they'll bleed through. I am willing to give you a video on what supplies can be used should you be interested. Because, you know, I have, when we're doing faces and stuff, it can really wear you out doing a lot of skin with pencil. But I also don't want to ruin the pages behind it. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to take the chance in using Super Tips or if I'm going to not. But if you have anything shiny, as I was saying in the other videos, if you wanted to, like, make anything sparkle, you know, for any of the outfits or any of the cool stuff, you could always use your stickles at the end. But the Beatles didn't really have a lot of sequiny stuff. It would be more of this psychedelic kind of a vibe to it. So if you have any fluorescent pencils or really, you know, like brightly colored pencils, I think they would look fabulous in this book, and you could always add your stickles after. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.